Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Kenyan American TV, and thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for subscribing. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. See, I haven't been posting as much as I wanted to be posting in this channel because I have my other channel, The Kenyan American Home YouTube channel I've been posting a lot more videos, and I've been posting my videos in Swahili. But I am committing to starting to post more regularly on this channel. And because this channel is, I do my content in English, and I want to make sure that I'm focused on that, and I'm more consistent when it comes to that. So if you're new here, welcome. For the subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And feel free, if you're new, to hit the subscribe button, and then don't forget to hit that notification bell, and you'll get notified every time I upload a video. So today I am here to start to talk about the DV lottery, because it's really coming soon. It's already September 3rd, and as of right now, we have about a month to go until DV 2024 opens up. The DV lottery happens every year, and it happens between October and November, and it's a month. And between that month, you get to go in and submit your application, your entry, and then the results come out the next year in May, and then results come out next month in October. People will be submitting their applications, their entries, and then in May of next year, the results will come out. After the results come out in May, what happens is then you have until September 30th of the following year. So the results come out in May of 2024 for DV 2025. Results come out in May 2024, and then you have until September of 2025 to have, if you were selected, to have already gone for to the embassy and gotten your visa. Otherwise, the year closes and it starts off again in October 1st. So here, let me give you an example of what happened in DV 2024. So DV 2024 is just starting. So DV 2024, the people who got selected, they applied. They did the DV entry. The entry happened in October to November of 2023. No, sorry. DV 2024, the entry happened in October to November of 2022. That's last year. Okay. So last year, the window was opened. I think it was October 5th to November 8th, 2022. And then the results just came out in May 6th. Results came out in May 6th, and then what happens is results came out in May 6th. Those who were selected then start the process of, depending on your DV case number, you have until September of next year to, if you were selected for, and you've received your 2NL, you have until September 30th of 2024 for you to have gone to the embassy and gotten your visa. Otherwise, it'll close in September 30th of 2024. So that's next year. So the reason I was here to do this video, which I think that was just a little rabbit trail to the DV lottery. The reason I was here today is to talk about people who don't qualify to apply for the DV lottery because they did not go to high school. They do not have, a high school education. And there are two requirements that are required for you to be considered when you play the lottery. You have to have either graduated high school, or B, is you have to have work experience. And so I'm here to talk about this, the second part. And so I'm here to talk about people who were not able to go to high school, people who, for some reason they never got to that level of education. You still are able to apply for the DV lottery and you can qualify, but only if you meet some requirements, which is what we're going to be going through this video today. So I'll give you a couple of examples. I'll help you understand how is it that you can still qualify for the, DV lottery, even though you did not complete your high school diploma. So really, when it comes to the work experience, they do require you to have, in your work experience, they do require you to have at least, you must have 2 years of the last 5 years. So you must have 2 years experience within the last 5 years. So whether you worked, however, in a span of 5 years, the last 5 years, you need to have 2 years work experience. Okay. And then the way they define work experience is, and for your job to be qualified, the U.S. Department of Labor defines it as, as any that it requires at least 2 years of training or experience for it to be qualified. And then it goes on to it goes on to say that that work experience that you're bringing, it has to be job zone 4 or 5, and then it has to meet the SVP. SVP is the specific vocational preparation. It has to meet an SVP rating of 7 or higher. Okay, I know that's a lot of technicalities, but I just wanted to highlight this before I go on to show you and give you some examples that you can be able to check and see whether if you've had this experience in in two of the last 5 years, then you do qualify. Okay, so let me go straight away and take you to it's the website. The website is Onet Online, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the link in the description of the video. That way you have it and you can go check for your occupation. So let me share my screen. Yeah. All right. So this is the website. This is the website that you go to check whether this is a website you go to check whether your particular work experience qualifies. And the way you do it is when you log into the website I'll give you. So this is the website is it's one T online, 1tonline.org, but I'll put the link in the description. So once you get to this website, this is what you see. And then what you do is there's 3 lines that you click. So when you click on these 3 lines, it gives you some options. It gives you help, find occupation, advanced searches, and then so what you want to do is you want to find occupation. Okay, so click on find occupation. Once you click find occupation, you scroll down to job family. Okay, so find occupations, and then after you find occupations, go to job family. So then click on job family. And then when you click on job family, it brings you, browse by job family. Once you're in the browse by job family, you come down here and it gives you the option to select. Out of a number of industries, So we'll go through a few of them, and then we can't go through all the scenarios, but we'll go through a few of them, and hopefully this will give you a better understanding. Okay, so in the case of, like, let's say you picked this architecture and engineering. Okay, so once you pick architecture or engineering, you click go. And then it brings architecture and engineering, and also it brings all the occupations that fall under architecture and engineering. And so, there's a bunch of them: aerospace engineers, agricultural engineers, and automotive. So there's a ton, chemical engineers, civil engineers. So if you have any experience in any of these professions, so let's say you're a civil engineer. If you're a civil engineer, then what you would do is you would click on civil engineers, okay? So once you click on civil engineers, it loads up the job for civil engineers. And then what you do is scroll down to the bottom and then come to summary, okay? Once you get to summary, there is contents. Here, let me do this. Let me make the screen bigger. That way you can see better, okay? So once you get to contents, click the drop down arrow and scroll down all the way to, so what we're looking for is we're looking for job zone, okay? So click on job zone. Once you click on job zone, it's going to take you down to the job zone. So what you see for civil engineers is you see the job zone is 4, which qualifies. Okay, so you need job zone 4 or 5 for experience. So civil engineers qualifies under job zone 4. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the SVP range. So the SVP range has to be 7 or above. It has to be 7 or higher. And in this case, you see it qualifies. So civil engineers, if you have at least 2 years working experience as a civil engineer, if you have at least 2 years of the last 5 years working experience as a civil engineer, you would qualify. Okay, let's do another one. So go back to the page, the same page, and then if we can go back, engineer. So we looked at engineering, architecture and engineering. Let's look at, what do we want to look at? Let's look at art, design, sports, media. Okay, so you hit go, and then it'll give you all the occupations that are under arts, design, entertainment, sports, and media. All right, so let's say you're an actor, so for the actors, if you click on actors, all right, and then it pulls up the job, gives you the summary and everything that you need. It tells you, actor, actress, comedian, comic, narrator, performer, voiceovers. And then, so under the contents, hit the drop down box, the drop down, and then you click on job zone. Okay, so click on job zone. So this, you'll see, falls under job zone 2. Okay, job zone 2, which means that this does not qualify for work experience because you need at least job zone 4 or 5. Job zone 4 or 5 is what you need. This one does not qualify. And then if you go down to the bottom, you'll see it's, it doesn't, the SVP is not 7 or higher. The SVP is not 7 or higher. And so unfortunately, if you are in that field, you do not qualify. Okay, let's look at another industry. And so you can go under arts. There's a lot of options. Art directors, audio technicians, choreographers, coaches, scouts, craft artists, dancers, DJs, entertainers. Or let's look at DJs. Let's look at DJs. If we go to DJs and then look at job zone, DJ job zone 2. So DJs 2 don't qualify. All right. Okay. Let's try another industry. Let's try another industry. So you can play with this, depending on what area you are in. Let's go to business. Let's go to business and financial operations. Business and financial operations. This is where you'll get accountants, auditors, agents, appraisers, you know, compliers, coroners, credit analysts, custom brokers, farm laborer contract, So there's a lot of options there. And so let's go with credit analysts. Credit analysts. So if you go to credit analyst and then you go to the job, go to content and then look for the job zone. This is job zone 4, so credit analyst qualify. And then this is also qualifying because it's 7 or higher. Okay. So yeah, credit analysts do qualify. I'm an accountant, so let's check whether accountants do qualify. So if you're an accountant, this is the first one, accountants and auditors. So you click on accountants and auditors, go down to the bottom, content, job zone, and you'll see accountants job zone 4, and then the SVP is 7 or higher. So accountants do qualify. So if you have accounting experience, you do qualify. Let's look at 2 more. Let's look at community and social service. Community and social service. You have social workers, clergy. Clergy is pastors and all that. So let's look at clergy. And they tell you clergies include bishops, priests, pastors, ministers, worship pastor, and go under contents, and then we'll look at job zone. Yeah, so if you're a worship pastor and clergies and all that stuff, job zone 5, and then it's 8 and above. So they do qualify. So if you are, let's go. So it's crazy when you think about these things. So if you're a bishop, Catholic priest, children's minister, confessor, congregational pastor, minister, worship pastor, and you did not finish high school, you can still qualify. You can still qualify for the DV lottery with work experience, 2 of the last 5 years. 2 of the last 5 years. That's interesting. I actually did not know that. Let me look at social workers. So if you're a social worker, that is, case manager, social worker. Let's go down and then look at content. And then we'll look at job zone. Job zone 4, social workers do qualify. And yeah, it's 7 or higher. So yeah, there you go. That's some of them, it's like when you think about it, you wouldn't think like clergies would qualify, but they do qualify because they actually need, they say you need an even higher level of preparation for you to be a pastor. Let's do construction. I know there's a lot of people in construction. So if you look at construction, boiler makers, carpenters, carpet installers, let's look at carpenters. Okay, so look at carpenters. So carpenter, cabinet maker, concrete carpenter, construction framer, all those other things. And look at contents and job zone. Go to job zone. Ooh, unfortunately, carpenters do not qualify. Carpenters, job zone 2, and it's the SVP is 4 to 6, so it's less. So Fortunately, carpenters don't qualify. Let's look at someone else. Electrician. I believe electrician will be the same. Same. Let's look at electricians. I think electricians are going to be the same as carpenters. They don't qualify. But let's check. You never know. Oh, so the job zone is higher for electricians, but it's still not qualified. I wonder. I wonder if here. I'm just curious to see. Uh, okay, so oil and gas. Let's look at oil and gas operators. I'm sure there's those that are qualified, and you can. Oh, so that's even worse. Jobs on one. It's even worse. Jobs on one. I was trying to see who in the construction industry qualifies would qualify. We sheet metal workers, service unit. Oh, service unit operators. But you can play with this and see if your particular occupation works or what occupation would work. Oh, that one doesn't qualify either. Okay, let's move on to the next industry. So I learned something today. Social workers, and what about farming? Yeah, good one. Farming, fish. So farming, fishing, and forestry. So agricultural equipment operators. So be like if you're a baler operator, cutter operator, so heavy equipment operator. So if you're a heavy equipment operator, let's see whether you qualify. Yeah, cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Ooh. Job zone one. Unfortunately, that doesn't qualify. Agriculture. Agriculture. Fishing and hunting workers. Loggers. Loggers. Let's see. Loggers, they cut equipment. And then job zone. Job zone one. So, yep. All right. I think let's look at the last one, and then there's a lot of fields here. There's a lot of industries that I haven't selected, and so you kind of have to come in and play with it. You have to come in and play with it and see which one is. Let's see production. Let's look at production. Okay. Production bakers, aircraft structures, assemblers and fabricators, butchers and meat cutters. I wouldn't think butchers and meat cutters would qualify, but since I've been surprised today, let's never know. You never know. You never know. I wouldn't think butchers would jobs on two, so they don't qualify. Butchers. Who? Let me see. What else? What else? Dental lab technicians. Dental lab technicians. This look like they would be qualified because I believe they need. Jobs on dental. No, they don't qualify. They don't qualify. So this is, you can come here and play with it, see if your profession does qualify. But we've kind of gone through that. Hopefully that was helpful. That was helpful to someone who's wondering, I wasn't able to finish high school. Is there a way that I can still try the DV lottery and see if I qualify? So there you have it. There you have it. I'm hoping to keep posting more. Start posting more. be more consistent with this English channel. That way, you know, I can provide information both for the English and on my other channel, the Swahili speaking people. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this was helpful to somebody. You know, if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit subscribe. Don't forget that notification bell, man. Don't leave without hitting that like. You know, share this video with somebody who you know, share this video with, at least share this video with pastors, all the clergies, the bishops, anyone who never went to school and they're a bishop, they're a pastor, they qualify. Social workers, I know there's so much more that we didn't look at, but some of the ones we looked at, share this video with them. Tell them, I know you did not finish high school, but your profession does qualify for the work experience, and you can apply. And you know, you can apply because as long as you have that 2-year work experience in the last 5 years, then you'll be golden. So yeah, share this video, like, don't leave without liking, because every time you like, you like my videos, that shows YouTube that, this guy is sharing good information. Hopefully that was helpful to you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and keep coming back. And I do really appreciate you. I do really appreciate your support, and thank you so much. And God bless you. Thank you. All right, bye.